So today we're out here at River Fork Ranch, and this is kind of like halfway between McCall and Donley. It's a new subdivision that hasn't had final plat yet, but will soon be available for sale. And we're with Bond Campbell. He's a well-known builder in the community, and we're going to talk to him about the common questions that are kind of asked. So the first question I get asked a lot is, how long does it take to get your building permits when you're in McCall, Idaho?
Starting from the point where your plans are ready to submit, your engineering's complete, put together maybe your HOA approvals. At that point, if you go 2.5 to 3 weeks would be typical, both in McCall City as well as Valley County building. So the process is very similar in terms of the time frame from the point that your plans are completed.
The next question, people also think, sometimes you can just go online and print up plans that you found online. Can you talk about the timeline for building plans and why just printing plans online doesn't work for our area?
Yeah, so it's important, all of Valley County, whether you're talking about the city of McCall, developments within the city, or the county rural areas, that you design specifically for the design requirements of this area. And so a lot of people think you can just print plans off and submit those, and that would not be the case. You're going to be required to have engineering that's specific to snow loads and meet all the requirements for this county and understand what this county requires. So you're going to be working with an architect or an engineer or both.
So the other thing that people need to know, and you can tell them about this, is whenever they're building a house in the city of McCall, they need water. What are the new requirements for that, and what should they be looking at when they buy lots?
So in the city specifically, if you're going to build in an area that they can provide water service and sewer service, they're going to require, at the permitting level, they're going to require a form that you specifically fill out that lists each and every plumbing fixture in the house, so that they can determine, one person's 4,000 square foot house might have 20 fixtures. The next person's house, identical bedroom, same square footage, might have 30 fixtures. And what they're attempting to do is determine your usage based on the number of fixtures, not just on the square footage of the house. So they need more specific requirements to have the builder or whoever is submitting the permit give them all of that information in detail so that they can determine the fees associated to the water and the sewer usage.
Okay. Something that might be a little different than other areas. Maybe not every other area counts your fixtures, but here in the city of McCall, they do. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about the county and the septic requirements, for the county. When we're out here like this, which this is the county land, and this neighborhood's been developed in the county, we're going to talk about the requirements that are required for a neighborhood like this.
Yeah, so this would be a more typical rural setting where I would say in the county, you probably have less than, maybe 20% of the overall available lots or land to develop is going to provide a water service connection and a sewer service connection. Mostly what you're going to be dealing with is something more typical or similar to this, where you're going to put in a well and a septic system. That means within your property, you're going to get your water and you're going to have your sewer treatment on your lot. And so some people aren't familiar with that process and how it works. Yeah. Or how it compares in price to paying a water connection fee and a sewer connection fee. Most of the time, those two are closer than people think in terms of cost. Yeah. What you pay to the sewer district for a connection fee can sometimes exceed what you would spend to install your own septic system. Okay. And that might be true for the city of McCall on the typical sewer system or septic system that you would install yourself. There are complex systems, and this subdivision may have some of those that may exceed those sewer connection costs. They would still be within a range that would not be astronomical in terms of the price fluctuation between the two.
Yeah. Okay. They will have wells. This neighborhood will eventually be gated with paved roads, which will be really nice. And so now we're going to walk through this neighborhood, which Amber Muir has listed with Amherst Madison at River Fork Ranch. And we're going to talk about, some of the similarities and differences between the lots. And this will give you tips on maybe how to save some money or find the best lot if you're looking for one. On the west side of the neighborhood, and we're looking at kind of the differences between some of the lots in here. And we're on lot number 3 currently. And then I'm gonna let Bond take it away and tell you what's cool about this particular lot.
So we walked back here to compare the difference of having a back lot line that backs up to what would be unbuildable property versus an interior lot where you're backing up to another lot. So they're 1 acre, your neighbor's not going to be directly in your backyard, but this side would have different design parameters than you would place on a house that you would put on an interior lot.
And it would be more private. We were talking about, possibly a walkout basement in one of them, if that would be an option, and maybe so with back here since it kind of slopes a little bit with the drop off. But most people usually build, I would say, more towards the front of the lot so you don't have this huge driveway to plow. So we're looking here at lot 13 where the view is out over Tamarack. And now we're going to drive around to the back side of the neighborhood and check out some lots that we think we're going to look over Jug Mountain and see how those lots compare to these 2 lots that we've just analyzed in the front of the neighborhood. Right out here by lots 29 and 30, and we're on across the street just so you can see the view facing out east that these lots would have at Jug Mountain. And that's why Bond was given some tips about if you're going to buy in this neighborhood, that you should come out and check out some of the lots. So I'll let him talk to you about that.
Yeah, so I think it's important in any development to walk it, drive it, and see, even on a subdivision like this, just from one corner of the property to the next, the views are totally different. The what's in your backyard is totally different. So it's more than just looking at a plat map. You need to get on the property and walk it and see these views and feel out which part's going to best fit your design. Are your windows forward facing or rear facing, and how are you going to orient the house so that you can take advantage of the views of that particular lot.
All right, well, thanks for touring this neighborhood with us, and here with Bond Campbell. I'm going to link all of his information below, so if you have any questions about building or you're interested in starting a build, reach out, and I'm sure he'd be happy to work with you.